Hi here!
We took a week's vacation in Prineville and we decided we were going to set up the shop. We're going to make a dining room table and then make also a full wall bookcase in what's going to be our office there.
We found some red alder slabs and we got those and we thought that they'd look really great in the kitchen or in the dining area because the front door of the house is actually made of alder, a knotty alder.
So we took those 3 slabs and I cut a 2-foot piece of plywood to form a straight edge. And then I screwed the plywood to the alder and used that as a kind of a template guide to get a straight edge on 2 sides for the middle slab and on each side the remaining 2 slabs, so when we glued them all together it'd make one big slab with live edges.
Well, Hub mentioned that one of our goals this week was setting up the shop. Well, we ended up working in the shop more than working on the shop. I think setting it up is going to be an ongoing process anyway, but we sure enjoyed working in there. Husband explained the biscuit joiner to me, and then he made the slots in each of the slabs. Alright, and then we put on the glue, placed in the biscuits, and clamped those together.
We glued 2 of the 3 slabs together. And so one of them had a real straight edge and the other side was a live edge.
You can see in the background the bones of the shelf system that Husband was working on. And you know what? I was really scared about crushing that live edge with the clamps, but it didn't do very much harm at all.
Once that half had been glued up and dried, we then cut the biscuit holes in the remaining middle slab and the remaining slab, glued it all up, and clamped it all together as one big table. So I measured the table and it was roughly 40 inches wide and we made it 6 feet long.
Once it was all dry, we removed the clamps and then we flipped it over to prepare the bottom side for the table legs. And so I was using the electric hand planer. Is that what it's called?
Yep.
And Husband was working on the shelves using... Come here, Wally. 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 What I was going to say is he used the table saw on the planer while I was working on my stuff. And it was so cool because we could both work on something at the same time.
So what we did for the legs is we went online and looked and found a design that we liked. And what they were are 2.5 inch wide, 3/8 inch thick trapezoid metal legs.
Then we worked on straightening up the edges of the table, but I thought it'd be really cool if they weren't straight. And
I really liked the idea too that the ends weren't exactly square.
I made some pilot holes, making sure not to go all the way through the table to help in attaching the legs. Hey, hi, Gibby. It was very exciting to flip it over. And then Husband tried it out, and so did I.
Yeah, we sat down with the chair and it was just the right height.
I'm not sure why the biscuit...
Once we had it all glued up, we were inspecting it, and there's some natural holes in it that we really like, but there was one gappy area that we ended up filling up with a strip of alder. And once that was all dry, then I went at it with the orbital sander. Please enjoy the next 20 seconds of sanding. We sprayed and wiped off all the dust, and then we applied the polyurethane.
2 coats.
2 coats. 2 coats on the top, 1 coat on the bottom.
That's right. Because the table is fairly heavy, we had to take it like 300 feet to the house from the shop. I backed my trailer up to the shop, we loaded it into the trailer, drove it down to the house, and then took it into the house and placed it in the dining room, right underneath the lights.
So that's where it's gonna sit, and we're gonna make some benches for it too, eventually.
Yep, we have the legs already for the benches, we just need to find the right slabs.
So thanks for joining us, everybody, and we'll see you next time.
Bye!
Bye.
You're not very good at memorizing, are you?
I know. And for those of you who are curious about the bookshelves,
Why?